Here a presentation on the production of iron and steel, and the topic is from the engineering material subject. The subtopics we are going to discuss are introduction, nothing but the extraction of materials, and the blast furnace from which the pig iron is produced. So myself M. Kiran Kumar, MTech, CL Mechanical Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Kataram. The topics to be covered are the extraction of materials, classification of extraction, raw materials required for the production of iron and steel, general survey of iron and steel materials in India. So let us start with the extraction of materials. So coming to the extraction of materials, there are three processes for the extraction of metals. First one is pyrometallurgy, second is hydrometallurgy, and third is electrometallurgy. So let us start with the pyrometallurgy process. In this metallurgical process, in order to obtain or extract the metal, the chemical reactions are taken place by burning of the fuel. So at high temperature, chemical reactions are taken place. Nothing but this pyrometallurgy is dealing with the chemical reactions at high temperature, and the necessary heat for the process is provided by the burning of fuel. So most of the metals are obtained or extracted by this pyrometallurgy or pyrometallurgical process. So for example, iron, copper, lead, zinc, and tin are the metals extracted by pyrometallurgical process. Next process is hydrometallurgy process. In hydrometallurgy process, the metal is extracted by leaching the valuable mineral with an aqueous solvent, and finally precipitation process occurs either chemically or electrolytically. So we can say that hydrometallurgical extraction method is by leaching the valuable mineral out of the ore with aqueous solution and finally precipitating the metal chemically or electrolytically. So the example metals or the example ores are gold ore and silver ore are extracted by hydrometallurgy process. Next, electrometallurgical process. In this electrometallurgical process, electrical energy decomposes the pure mineral to molten state at high temperature. So the electrical energy is used to decompose the pure mineral in the molten state. This method is carried at high temperature as electrolysis process. So the examples are extraction of magnesium and aluminum from fused magnesium and aluminum. So let us look upon the different iron ores available. So starting with the iron ore, nothing but the iron bearing mineral. Second is hematite, Fe2O3, having 60 to 70 percentage of iron. Magnetite, Fe3O4, 62 to 73 percentage of iron. Limonite, 2 Fe2O3, 3H2O, 59 percentage of iron. Siderite, FeCO3, 43 percentage of iron. So these are the different combinations or the compositions of iron percentages in different ores. So in overall, we can say that magnetite and hematite has more iron content. So let us now concentrate on iron and steel plants present in India. The first one, the first steel plant was established in Jamshedpur by Jamshedji Tata, known as TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Corporation. Next is Indian Iron and Steel Corporation, Burnapur, West Bengal. Next, Vishveshwaraya Iron and Steel Limited, Bhadravati. Steel Authority of India Limited, abbreviated as SAIL, at Bhilai, Bokaro, Durgapur, Rourkela, and Burnapur. Jindal Steel and Power Limited, New Delhi. Hindustan Steel Works Construction Limited, Calcutta. Kudremukh Iron Ore Company Limited, near Bangalore. National Mineral Development Corporation Limited, abbreviated as NMDC, located at Hyderabad. Visakhapatnam Steel Plant at Visakhapatnam. Sponge Iron India Limited, Paloncha. Bharat Refraction Limited, Bokaro Steel City. So those were the different steel plants located across India. Now let us look upon the 4 raw products used in the manufacturing of steel and iron. So the first one is iron ore, coke or known as coking coal, limestone, oxygen. So now let us start with the raw materials as iron ore. So in order to meet the today's demand for high quality steel, the producers look upon the lower grade ore and magnetically separate them, nothing but they separate the iron bearing particles from the additional material. So the iron then formed into pellets and baked hot. This process results in an iron ore that is pure than the earlier naturally occurring ores. So here, this is the process of extracting the raw material, iron ore, and this is the iron powder or iron ore raw material. Iron ore mine. So here we are able to see a iron ore mine where the iron ore is collected or extracted, and it is transported in different trucks using cranes. So now let us concentrate on the location of iron ore mines in India. So in this particular map, let us start with the first one, E Singbum. This is a red mark locating the iron ore mine. Second is Sundargarh. Third is Koyanjhar. Next, Durg, Guntur, South Goa and North Goa, Bellary, Ongole, Chittorgarh, Chikmagaluru. So these are the locations where we can get the iron ore mines in India. Let us look upon the next ingredient, nothing but coal. Coal is a indispensable fuel for making iron into steel. So in order to use the coal, it should be further refined and purified whenever we use it to burn hot and to be used to make an iron. So this is the coal powder available. Coking eliminates tar and other impurities by baking in long vertical coking ovens. Coke moved by conveyor, emitting harmless steam by conveyor to the blast furnace. So here in this particular diagram, we are able to see the coke which is moving on the conveyor mechanism next to the blast furnace. Coke. So coke is made from bituminous coal, nothing but the softest coal. It is baked at 2100 degrees, nothing but 2100 Fahrenheit for 17 to 18 hours in airtight ovens, then quenched with water. So quenching. Quenching is the process of sudden cooling after heating. So baking is at 2100 Fahrenheit and quenching is the sudden cooling process. So it contains 90% carbon. It helps in rapid burning. Carbon combines with oxygen to act as a reducing agent for the iron oxide. So here we are able to see the coal mine and coke ovens. So here this is a coal mine and to the coke ovens and then to the blast furnace. So these are the coke ovens. This is the rail system or conveyor mechanism, conveyor belt mechanism. Most commonly rail mechanism is used. Next is limestone. Limestone is otherwise known as calcium carbonate, which removes impurities by adding in the iron ore, ends up in the slag. So let us have a look on the limestone quarry. So this is the total limestone quarry where we are lifting the limestone onto the rails and so as to send to the blast furnace. Now let us have a look over the materials. Coal, this is the coal, the powder form. This is the limestone. These are the iron ore pellets. Now let us concentrate on manufacturing process of iron and steel. So here we need to focus on the iron ore collected, which can be sent through the conveyor belt mechanism onto the reduction process, producing solid metallic iron from iron ore. So here the coal and limestone, coke oven, coal injection. So the iron ore is sent for reduction process. And here we can concentrate on blast furnace where pig iron is produced. Pig iron is produced and here slag is produced. So from the iron ore, molten pig iron is released and which forms a casting or different shaped and sized materials can be produced. Now let us move on to the electric arc furnace where it produces molten steel. So then steel refining facility to refine the steel. Here this is the equipment and then here the basic oxygen furnace which also produces molten steel. So here the continuous casting after production of this particular steel or iron that can be cut or shaped into slabs, thin slabs, blooms, billets, cut blanks, etc. So let us see the working condition. The iron ore is sent for the direct reduction of producing metallic solid iron from iron ore, and to the electric arc furnace, to the steel refining facility, and then continuous casting, either slabs, thin slabs, blooms, billets, cut blanks, etc. So here, limestone with coke oven, coal injection, and iron ore. So here, coming to the limestone, here in the blast furnace, the molten iron, nothing but the iron ore is melted and it forms pig iron that can be sent to the pig iron casting methods where we can get these type of products. So then next to the basic oxygen furnace, this pig iron will be changed into molten steel, and then that will be again refined. And here also we can get the molten steel, and the molten steel, nothing but that is the original steel, but some of the recycled steel also can be used to the furnaces, electric and this furnace. So here continuous casting process occurs. So now let us concentrate on the pig iron production by blast furnace. How to produce pig iron by using blast furnace. So as the name indicates, let us concentrate on the title blast furnace. A air blast is introduced. So that's why introduced into the furnace. That's why it is known as blast furnace. So now let us look over the parts. Here hoppers, two hoppers. This is gas uptake, gas intake, adjustable gate. This is the throat portion, stack portion. This is the fire brick lining inside the furnace. This is the barrel portion. This is bush and the bottom is hearth. Here we are having a tire, end of the pipe, air pipe, and this is the tap hole. This is the carbon bricks, burner, gas and air. So these are the checker bricks from blowing engines to this is the walls. So let us look upon the steel making by Bessemer process. These all topics will be again discussed. These all topics will be again discussed as a part of each and every individual topic. Now let us see the steel making by Bessemer process. The all raw materials along with the charge are arranged in the Bessemer converter to the tires and air. The charge is attains fire, and then using a blast pipe or air fumes are formed. This is a shell. So we can get the steel. So next, coming to the steel making by electric arc furnace. So here we are able to see electric arc furnace having 3 electrodes, and this is the iron ore. In between these electrodes and the iron ore, an electric arc is generated which burns the metal and removes the impurities to form steel. So here it is the oxygen inlet. So the tap hole for molten iron, then nothing but the steel. This is the door for slag. These are the power cables and these are electrodes. Now let us concentrate on the pig iron. Pig iron is obtained by the reduction process, reduction of iron ore in a blast furnace. Iron ore plus carbon monoxide gives iron plus carbon dioxide. Next, charge. The charge taken for production of pig iron is coke plus iron ore plus limestone. Charge contents are coke, iron ore and a limestone. A flow chart which shows the inputs and the outputs produced in this particular blast furnace, production of pig iron. So the charge is taken, the charge contents are coke, iron ore, limestone. These three are sent to the blast furnace, and finally we are getting the output as pig iron. Next, let us move to the actual blast furnace working principle. So let us look at the parts labeled here in this particular blast furnace. So let us start with the hoppers, HOPPERS here, and a small bell, and this is a large bell, small bell and a large bell. And here it is a skip, and this is a skip hoist where the charge is taken, and then this is the shell with refractory lining, main blast, and these are the tires or pipes through which air is entered, and this is the slag discharge, and here you are having the pig iron produced. Here you will be having a tap hole, and coming to the water, nothing but waste gas downcomer. So let us start with the temperature ranges. Here 200 degrees centigrade, 500 degrees centigrade, 1000 degrees centigrade, 1600 degrees centigrade. These are the different temperatures attained in blast furnace. So let us have the same in the next diagram. Here at different levels, the iron, limestone, and coke are inserted as a charge. Whenever the charge is inserted at a particular temperature, hot blast of air is inserted. Hot blast of air is inserted, producing the pig iron and slag, liquid iron or pig iron and slag. So these particular parts we have studied just now, but let us focus on the important parts. This is the tire, or this is the tire, air blast, where air blast can be created. The tap hole, this is a hopper, this is the throat, stack, and barrel. In between these stages, different temperatures are attained. So here we can concentrate on different steps in this particular diagram. Chutes, ore, coke, and limestone. Nothing but the ore, coke, and limestone are taken as input and inserted through the charge input. And here, this is the furnace, blast furnace, where air blast is created. This is a tire portion. This is the molten iron produced. And here, hot dirty furnace gas is released. Whereas here you are able to see the glass cleaning equipment. This is a combustion chamber. This is a waste gas stack, brick checker work, etc. So this is the total arrangement of the plant for blast furnace arrangement. So here this is the actual blast furnace, and these are all the connections given for the inputs and outputs, and for loading and unloading the raw material and unloading the pig iron produced. So here at the top portion of the blast furnace, coke, limestone, and hematite, nothing but the iron ore, are inserted, and the waste gas releasing output is available here. The hot air blast. Here you are getting the molten slag, and this is the molten iron, nothing but the pig iron. Here, starting with the 200 degrees centigrade, 300, 600, 700, 800 like that until 1600 degrees centigrade. The charge is heated. So starting with 300 degrees centigrade. Next, attaining 600 degrees centigrade where the spongy iron is available. Next, whenever it enters to 800 degrees centigrade, it starts forming slag. And in between 800 to 1000 degrees centigrade, slag is formed. Whereas 1200 to 1300 degrees centigrade, iron starts melting. At 1500 degrees centigrade, the 1500 to 1600 degrees centigrade, the pig iron is formed. This is a molten slag, and on the right side we are having the pig iron produced to the tap hole. Now the blast furnace charging. Here you are able to see the charging ramp where the limestone, iron ore, limestone, coke are inserted as a charge into the copper area. So next we shall concentrate on the function of the charge. In function of the charge, nothing but the three components as a part of charge. Let us start with the coke. The function of coke is to provide heat and act as reducing agent. Limestone serves as flux and combined with impurities to form slag. So the limestone forms a protective coating as flux and combined with impurities to form slag. Temperature of charge is increased as it descends down to the bottom of the furnace. So starting with the 300 degrees centigrade to 600, 700, 800, 1000, 1300, 15, 16. So that is the increase of temperatures. Of the charge. The top portion of the furnace shell or stack is called throat. The midsection is called bosch and can be described as melting zone. It is the hottest part of the furnace where high temperature is attained. Lowest portion of the shell is called hearth. It is built on the foundation and serves as a collecting basin for the molten iron, nothing but the pig iron and slag. So the blast furnace is a vertical shell and the height varies between 24 to 33 meter and its diameter. So its capacity of the furnace ranges from 800 to 1200 tons of producing pig iron per day. Iron ore, let us move on to the operating principle of blast furnace. The charge, nothing but iron ore, coke and limestone are taken as charge in alternative layers in the furnace by 3:2:1 ratio. By weight, these are arranged. Then coke is burned and oxygen is forced through the base of the furnace, nothing but air blast of 3500 degrees, 3500 Fahrenheit. Slag is drawn off of the high notch. Molten iron or pig iron is drawn off from the lower notch. Molten iron or pig iron is poured into mounds or sent directly to refining process. So let us look on the reactions taking place of the charge. Carbon plus oxygen provides or produces carbon dioxide. The iron ore reacts with carbon monoxide and forms iron plus carbon dioxide. Limestone will be changed to lime plus carbon dioxide. Manganese oxide plus carbon changes to manganese plus carbon monoxide. Silicon dioxide plus carbon changes to silicon plus carbon monoxide. Phosphorus pentoxide plus carbon, phosphorus plus carbon monoxide. FeS plus CaO plus carbon produces iron plus CaS plus CO. So these are the charge reactions. So we have discussed that carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, and the iron ore reacts with monoxide, carbon monoxide, and produces iron with carbon dioxide. And limestone forms lime plus carbon dioxide. Magnesium oxide forms magnesium. Silicon dioxide forms silicon plus carbon monoxide. Phosphorus pentoxide also forms phosphorus plus carbon monoxide. So finally, iron and carbon monoxide are formed. So the byproducts of blast furnace are nothing but the products of blast furnace are the pig iron, slag, blast furnace gas. So the topics are completed. Now let us have a look on the summary of the topics covered. So we have started with the extraction of the metals, nothing but the introduction of the production of iron and steel. So pyrometallurgy, hydrometallurgy, and electrometallurgy are the three topics we have focused on. Pyrometallurgy, forming chemical reactions at high temperature by burning of fuel, heating the metal, nothing but forming the chemical reaction for the metal. That is the pyrometallurgy is a chemical reaction based extraction process. So iron, copper, lead, zinc, and tin are the examples of pyrometallurgy process. Next, entered into the hydrometallurgy process, where leaching process with aqueous solvent, finally precipitation either chemically or electrolytically, is the extraction process known as hydrometallurgy process. The examples for this are gold and silver ores. Electrometallurgy process, in which the pure mineral is decomposed at high temperature. That is, examples are magnesium and aluminum from fused aluminum and magnesium. So again, next we have moved on to the different iron ores. Iron ore, next hematite having 60 to 70% of iron, magnetite 62 to 73% of iron, limonite 59% of iron, siderite 43% of iron. After that, moved on to the iron and steel plants available in India. Started with TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company, Jamshedpur by Jamshedji Tata. Later, Indian Iron and Steel Corporation, Burnapur, West Bengal. Similarly, Vishweshwaraya Iron and Steel Limited, Bhadravati, SAIL, Jindal Steel and Power Limited, Hindustan Steel Works and Construction, Kudremukh Iron Ore Company, NMDC, Visakhapatnam Steel Plant, Sponge Ore India Limited, etc. These are the steel plants we have discussed. Later, we have moved on to the 4 raw products used in the manufacture of steel and iron. First one is iron ore, coke, coking coal, limestone, and oxygen. So we have studied one by one the iron ore. So in order to meet the requirement, the producers will be starting with the lower grade of raw material so that the purification process becomes more important. So then this particular iron is baked and results in the iron ore. So this is the iron ore mine we have studied, and later the different locations of iron ore mines present in India we have concentrated. So E. Singbam, Koyanjar, Durg, Sundargarh, Guntur, North and South Goa, Bellary, Chittorgarh, Ongole, Chikmagaluru. These are the major iron ore mines available in India. So later we have discussed about coal being purified and which moves on the conveyor belts for this particular, and coal in the coke form, coke having made from bituminous coal. So it is baked at 2100 degrees Fahrenheit, 17 to 18 hours. It is heated in airtight ovens having 90% carbon. It is used for rapid burning. So it acts as a reducing agent in this particular blast furnace. So we have moved on to the coal mine and the coke ovens. So this is the coal mines, these are the coke ovens. Next moved on to the limestone known as calcium carbonate. Purpose is removing impurities, finally forming slag. So this is the limestone quarry we have discussed. So this is the coal powder form, limestone and iron ore pellets. So later moved on to the manufacturing of iron and steel by different methods. So here iron ore, coal, limestone. So coke is heated in coke oven, iron ore for coal is by coal injection process. And here we have a look on the blast furnace forming pig iron and electric arc furnace forming steel and steel refining facility. This is the recyclable steel. So this is the manufacturing process of iron and steel, finally forming the continuous casting method in which final output is slabs, thin slabs, blooms, billets, cut blanks, etc. So next we have entered into the pig iron production by blast furnace. So different methods of producing steel and iron. So steel is by Bessemer converter, steel by electric arc furnace, where the electrodes in between the electrodes and iron ore, an arc is generated, making steel. So pig iron. Pig iron is reduced or produced. It is obtained by the reduction of iron ore in blast furnace. Iron ore plus carbon monoxide produces iron plus carbon dioxide. The charge is coke, iron ore and limestone. So this is the flow chart of the charge. Coke, iron ore and limestone taken as charge to the blast furnace producing the pig iron. In blast furnace, the charge is input to 200 degrees centigrade at different levels, reaching 300, 500, 600, 1000, 1500 and 1600 degrees centigrades. Here a air blast is inserted. Here hoppers are available, and to the tires air is induced, and here the slag is formed along with the pig iron. Final output. This is the hot blast of air, different levels of iron, limestone and coke. This is the hopper. Here the slag is produced at the top, and liquid iron or pig iron is available through the tap hole. So this is another diagram showing the blast furnace process. So we have discussed that the charge attaining different temperatures 200, 300, 500, 600, 1000, 1200, 1300, 1500 and 1600 degrees centigrade by sending the hot air or air blast, which will be heated. So as we have discussed, 300 degrees centigrade, next spongy iron off at 600 degrees centigrade. Slag formation starts from 800 to 1000 degrees centigrade. 1200 to 1300 degrees centigrade, iron melts. And then 1600 degrees centigrade, pig iron is formed. So this is the charging on the charging ramp. Coke, iron ore, and a limestone are inserted. So we have discussed about several factors about the function of a charge, how the reduction process will be occurred, and we have discussed all the parts and the capacity of the blast furnace. It is 800 to 1200 tons of production of pig iron per day, and the height will be 24 to 33, and compared with diameter. Charge in the ratio of 3:2:1 by weight is inserted. Coke is burned at coke and burned, and oxygen is forced at 3500 Fahrenheit. Slag is drawn off after production of molten or pig iron. The pig iron is drawn off through ore notch. Then it can be made into several shapes and sizes as per the requirement. So we have studied several reactions of the charge, forming carbon dioxide, iron, forming lime, carbon, silicon, phosphorus, manganese, etc. Finally, pig iron is formed. So this completes the total topics of this particular presentation. Thank you.